I think you're absolutely right. It's all about China, as everything else we talk about here, because if you can rebrand it in China, like the Volvo story, don't forget they actually also, Geely also bought Lotus, and they did buy, what is it, 10% of Daimler indirectly, and then Aston Martin. So in order for this to work, you need to have an outlet which is Chinese. But having said that, this is an industry that, for good reason, trades at 5 multiples. I mean, 20 years from now, there's only going to be an engine, a non-engine actually. It's going to be electricity driven, it's going to be chassis. So you're going to be selling the actual components you have, like safety, ability of whatever, the total dream. I don't think Steve, you will be in 20 years, you'll be charged heavily if you want to buy an Aston Martin engine on the, I mean, you already are in London, but the rest of the world. So I think the concept that it's definitely a luxury item, but it's going to be even more a luxury item in the sense that the access to using that exact vehicle will also be supercharged. Of course, it doesn't really mean anything because most of these people is above my pay bracket anyway. But I think we need to distinguish here. But some of these guys are going to be winners. I think in the case of Volkswagen, good point on actually being able to erg out some money while they're still in development. But Volkswagen claim they have sort of a good lead on electricity. So one or two of these.
Said petrol and diesel, they're toast for us within 10 years, haven't they?
Really? But let me ask you at this point, what is the rationale to take this business public, apart from paying out some of the stakeholders who've I mean, and on that point, in a fortnight where we've discussed whether Tesla should go private, whether Elon Musk should take this business off the public market because he is having to make too many decisions for short-term interests in the shareholder community rather than thinking about the long-term strategic goal of bringing an electric car to the market at a price that is reasonable for all and he can still make a profit. Should we be thinking about Aston Martin in different terms? If there are shareholders now who want to sell this business to the public, should the public actually be buying it?
No. But that's the case for a lot of the
At these multiples anyway.
At these multiples, no, they should be buying the car. It's a beautiful car, obviously, but the multiples.
So buy the car, don't buy the stock.
Ferrari at whatever 33, 40 times. I mean, it's a cult. It's not a stock. I mean, it's not.
That's nothing compared to a Tesla price that he just.
No, exactly. Tesla and Ferrari are two great examples of it doesn't really matter what it is. I mean, if you are a Tesla fan, you're a Tesla fan. If you're a Ferrari fan, you're a Ferrari fan. And I think it's reflected in the stock. Look, because everybody else, even as a rational fund manager, you'll argue, yeah, but Steve is a Ferrari fan, so he doesn't care. He will be buying
I've got more
anyway.
of a man crush on Daniel Craig, to be honest. So let's say I'm an Aston fan, but the point, the development costs to turn from ICE into internal combustion engine into EV for all these companies is going to be enormous. Again, you talk about your timing. When the development costs are going to go through the roof in what's under the bonnet as well. Again, maybe that's part of the timing.
Well, and that's the assumption I think that investors have already made around the existing OEMs, which is why we're trading on these very lowly multiples. The sun is setting on the industry as a traditional business. Let's see who wins. Hence, you price it down in terms of the multiples. Yeah. But one of these guys are going to be a winner. Some of them are proactively pursuing a policy that will work. Yeah. And there's going to be one French name, certainly. There's going to be one German name in the European atmosphere. I don't think, that every respect for Aston Martin doesn't really matter. It's going to be the Daimler name that is out there and doing the job.
Hey everybody, it's Hadley Gamble from our new CNBC Middle East Bureau in Abu Dhabi. Thanks for stopping by. Now to watch more, you can try one of the videos that just popped up on your screen. And don't forget to subscribe.